Sat Sri Akal ji. First, I would like to let you know that Satguru Jagjit Singh Ji, I can guarantee you one thing. Satguru Jagjit Singh Ji have kirpa every Sikh, either directly or by pratak darshan, which means Pasha Ji comes and rescue or whatever, or in the dreams. So I think, when asking someone to tell about Satguru Jagjit Singh Ji, it's impossible. Guru Gobind Singh Ji have written Jap Sahib, yet he have not been able to explain how big, how humongous, how amazing God is. So I think there is a saying in Darbar Sahib as well that no matter how much you write about God, you use the pencil, if you chop down all the trees in the world and use that to make pencil and then write about God, you still don't have enough to write about God. Which, brings back to me saying that everybody, Namdhari, including Namdhari people in Thailand, they can write at least a small book about what Satguru Jagjit Singh Ji have made kirpa to them. Business-wise, family-wise, I think everything. So Satguru Jagjit Singh Ji is not only our God, He's our Father, He's our mentor, He's everything. He is your shoulder to lean on in desperate times. So there is a saying which I would like everybody to know that, you can pray to Pasha Ji even when you are having a good time, to ask for his blessing, to please continue, let us have this good time. People will only remember Satguruji when, my house, we don't have a kid, we don't have a boy, we feel bad, Pasha Ji kirpa karo, business is bad, family problem, divorce and everything. But why don't you think like this, that if you're having a good time, it's all because of him as well. I would like to, let everybody know that when Pasha Ji said Netanem karo, and you do Netanem, like suppose Satguru Jagjit Singh Ji used to have his ishara, means signal to Rishpal Paji, if somebody remembers. So if somebody comes and urge, Pasha Ji would do like this, and Rishpal Paji would understand that ek घंटा नाम सिमरन 2 माला पगौती दी रोज करना किन्ने दिन 40 दिन 20 दिन means that you do Netanem 1 hour, do Pagoti Mala 2 malas a day for 40 days. But I would like to let everybody know what I feel from my heart is, suppose you get what you asked for. You're indebted to Pasha Ji for life. It does not mean that you should stop. You asked for a boy, you got a boy. Thank Pasha Ji, and done, that's it. I think that should not be a problem. You get a boy, means every breath your boy takes, it's all because of Pasha Ji. Not only because of anything else. So if you're indebted to Pasha Ji, you cannot force someone, but you are literally indebted to Pasha Ji for life. It depends on the way you see things. I was lucky to be born in the house of Satguruji. Means that whenever Pasha Ji came, when I was born, at least as far as I can remember, our house has been a dera of Pasha Ji almost all the time. Which I feel that I have been growing up with Sat Sangat all the time as well. So I get along with people and I get to know them. Like my brother said just now, that you get to know how Pasha Ji looks after yourself when you actually go to the Dora with Pasha Ji. Many people have been lucky, many Thai people. I think it started when my Dadi Ji went to Masai Mara. My Dadi is Bibi Gyanan Mahinder Kaur. She is fondly known as Gyanan Subaji. Satguru Jagjit Singh Ji made her Suba. She went a trip to Australia first when Satguru Jagjit Singh Ji had his heart surgery in 1990, if I'm not wrong. And then in 1994 or 95, I don't remember the year, my dad Mehal Singh Gambir, he merged dad's son Raja Sethi, and many dads, many Naujawan on that era went to Nairobi for their, I think it's their first trip with Pashaji abroad apart from India. And my dad was saying that Pashaji took care very much, and that's what we always wanted to have as well. And I was lucky to experience the love of Pashaji in 1997, where Pashaji took us to England, Germany, America, I think these 3 places. Pashaji went on to Canada, but we stayed until America. So I will tell you, we were on a train ride in Germany. Pashaji was sitting in the first class section, and I, my mom and my brother, we 3 went. My mom Kawaljit Kaur, my brother Mehal Singh. All 3 of us were sitting in the coach section. And you know, Pashaji was sitting with Rishpal Paji and Jaswinder Singh Germany and Said Minder Singh KS. There were 4 of them sitting in the first class section. And there might be more, I don't remember, I'm sorry. Pashaji, you know, well, the first class, the coach, in the seat, in the where you lay your hands, the seat is actually quite big. And I was not this size at that time. I was very thin, and I was very small. So you know, while Pashaji was sitting, and Pashaji was doing like this while sitting, and he was holding this armchair at the armrest, and Pashaji said to Rishpal, "At the Mehal Singh di jagah hai, enu bula ke le aa." It means that this is Mehal Singh's seat, go call him. So Rishpal Paji went from first class coach and walked all the way to our coach, and Rishpal Paji saw us, told my mom that Pashaji yaad kar dene, Pashaji is missing you, Mehal Singh. My mom was like, why and all, but still, when Pashaji, you know, when God knocks on your door, you won't say no. So I went with Rishpal Paji and I sat next to Pashaji. Me and my brother, we both went to Pashaji, and in the armrest it was a bit higher than where Pashaji sat. So I was nervous and I was like sitting like this all the time, and Pashaji used my lap as an armrest almost all the way. And I was like, this is you know, this is how the Dora is. So it must be the same when Sat Sangat comes and Pashaji talks to them and all. Take care of each and every one of us. Me and my brother, we were very lucky to get blessing from Pashaji a lot in that Dora. The transatlantic flight from England to New York at first, Pashaji was in the upper deck in business class section, and we were in the economy as well. And there were Balwant Paji, everybody, we were laughing, we were sitting in economy, all of us, and they were like, quite a few Sikhs. Because from England, the Sikhs also went to America for the Dora with Pashaji, many. So we were having fun, Rola Paete. Pinky Paji, he came to see, Pinky Paji, Sukhvinder Singh Pinky, the tabla, he came to see us, me, my brother, he came to talk to my mother, chit chat and all. So while he was talking with us, and we didn't realize, so Balwant Paji and everybody was laughing, having fun, and then all of a sudden everybody was like this. Everybody kept quiet, and Pinky Paji yet continued to talk to us, like, because he was facing us and he did not face back. And you know what? Pashaji came. Pashaji came to see how it was with us, to see how do we need anything and all, to see his Sangat, and took care, asked that, "Theek hai na, sab kuch theek hai na?" Asked my mom, because she was alone with 2 kids. I think it's a small detail, but like my brother said earlier, it has a huge significance to how the way we feel, we perceive things about Pashaji. And then when we reach small details, when we reach the airport, my mom my brother and me, we got stuck in the custom. They were not believing I was a boy. They said that I was a girl, and in my passport they said that I was a boy. So we got stuck there and quite a long time. My mother was worried. You know why? Because when we go out, then there will be nobody. Pashaji will be gone and all. And as soon as we came out from the custom clearance, what my mother saw was Pashaji with the bags and everything all ready, was waiting for us. Pashaji was waiting for us. ते Pashaji हुक्म भी किया था ना कि तेनू ही उड़ीक रहे सी कि we are waiting for you. Don't like it means that a comforting voice that don't worry, I'm not gonna leave you anywhere. We are waiting for you. And the Dora went very well. We didn't know about the midnight sun, which means that in European places at night, even at 8 or 9 p.m. 9 the sun won't set. So there was one place where we were going to Dawan in Germany. We were going to Dawan, and it was quite late. But my mom didn't bother to look at the time, because she was looking outside, and the sun is so bright and everything. And while the Dawan was being recited, and I fell asleep. I fell asleep with my mom. My mom is sitting down. Pashaji was in the stage. So my mom was waking me up. Why are you sleeping? Look, I mean, like to her, like this outside is still there. And we were fighting. Me and my mom were fighting. I wanted to sleep, and my mom didn't let me sleep. What Pashaji was saying, I think he might be bemused or something. He told my mom. He told from the stage. He showed my mom to look at the watch. And my mom looked at the watch, it's like 9:30 p.m. So my mom let me sleep. And it's just a small things that, in front of hundreds of Sikhs, yet Pashaji noticed small things happening around, which I feel everybody gets the same. But as long as you put your mind to it, if you have no mind, no faith and all, you might not see the way we see. But if you put faith in it, I think with faith you can see, and you will know that yes, Pashaji is always there with you. 2002 or 2003 or something, for 2 years with me and my other friends went for 3-4 years. I went for 2 to 3 years, if I don't remember. We as a children, we would go to Sri Panisab and stay with Pashaji for a month. To study rag and everything. Pashaji would take care of us like a lot. I remember one time, me and Hakam Singh Sethi, we went for a swim in Sarovar, Ram Sarovar in Panisab with another guy from Panisab. So all three of us went there, and Pashaji heard about that. And Pashaji was actually quite angry because he looked after us, because it's not only us, it's our parents who they have faith in Pashaji, that Pashaji will look after their kids all the time. So taking that into consideration, Pashaji was actually quite angry at us. And Pashaji would be angry at me and Hakam and tell, "Agi to nahi jana, utte nahi ishnan karna. You stay in the corner and take ishnan, but don't go swimming there and all." So Pashaji would, there are many small things I see with my eyes was when 2 incidents there which caught my eye was when I was 15. I went to Panisab alone, and my mom forced me, because I used to study rag. I used to do Asa Diwar as well in Hajuri of Satguruji Singh Ji, and Pashaji would give a lot of blessing. Me, Jai Singh, Harnaam Singh, Hardayal Singh, Himmat Singh, Hakam Singh. We would sing Asa Diwar, and Pashaji would give Khushiyan. And then I went there alone. My mom forced me to Dwan Lana, and I was like, I'm all alone. I won't do Dwan. But mothers, so we can't argue with her much. And at the end of the day, I had to do Dwan, and I did Dwan alone with Sukhdev Paji Ragi and Sonu Paji. in tabla. Only 3 of us were there in the stage, and we lad one. Pashaji gave so much blessings that, you know, Pashaji, even after the Dwan, I went to Matha Tek, Pashaji would give khushiyan, would give thapar with, you know, and pyar dita bada. Then Pashaji, jado bhi koi aana, like, there were people coming into Panisab all the time, ministers and everything. Pashaji would, you know, advertise me in front of them that they can, aaj kalle ne Dwan lai hai, and kalle ne Dwan lai hai. Like, you know, it feels so good. Once, I went there with my mom. My mom went on to Mandi, and I did not want to go. I wanted to stay in Panisab. So I stayed in Panisab, and Pashaji told my mom that fikar na kar. Then I stayed in Rishpal Paji's house for 2 days. My mom went there for a week, and Rishpal Paji was with Pashaji. Pashaji used to watch volleyball at night. In the evening, almost every day. It was daily routine. So I was there. I went outside the car, and I was just sitting and watching volleyball. And then, without realizing, Pashaji went back, and Rishpal Paji also did not realize. He went back with Pashaji. And after a while, Pashaji said, Mehal Singh kithe? You know, the whole of Panisab was searching, looking for me. Mehal Singh kithe gaya? Mehal Singh kithe gaya? And then one sevak, I don't remember who, ran to the volleyball field and saw me there, and he brought me there. And Pashaji ne fir odo hukam kita menu ke tu hun mere kol saw. The manja is something like this. Pashaji da manja hunda si. Pashaji was sleeping in the second koti, the outside, the Mataji wali koti. And you know, underneath it there would be a smaller manja, and Pashaji would put the manja and said that to etthe sona mere naal. So Pashaji was sleeping on top, and I was sleeping down. And my mom called Rishpal Paji ke enu asa diwar vaste utha dei. Because changa nahi lagda na, Sachpai ne jana hai and all. And you know what happened was, Pashaji did not wake me up during asa diwar. So Pashaji would, you know, climb over me, take ishnan, and tell Rishpal Paji, don't wake me up. Enu son de. And Pashaji would look after me 24/7. I slept in the same room in Pashaji for 3 nights. And in that same time that my Mamaji had Sant Hira Singh from Mandi, he unfortunately passed away last year. At the time, my Mamiji and their 2 kids, 2 out of 3, were in the car from Delhi to Mandi. They had a terrible accident. Their car slid and skid off the cliff. 200 feet, the car went rumbling down. And you know, Pashaji's blessing, every 4 of them survived. My Mamaji had the worst of the accident. His hand broke, but that's it. He could breathe, he could walk out there. You know, Pashaji, when Pashaji heard that, Pashaji was telling every single body there that tenu pata hai 200 foot te dig gaya, 200 foot te dig gaya. I was there alone. Pashaji told everyone, tenu pata hai aaj koi 200 foot te dig gaya te sare bach gaye ne. My mom called, and Pashaji was surprised, and Pashaji sare nu sunande. Then one sevak said, aap ji nahi bachaya, told Pashaji, you were the one who saved them. Why are you saying that as if nothing happened? But such humility, Pashaji pretended he could not listen to that, what he said. You know, when Pashaji can hear, he can hear every small details. But when he does not want to hear something about him, he would pretend that he can't hear. So then, you know, that Sikh, you know, the Sikh and Guru, when they have a connection, you know, they're having the bond is so strong that, you know, the Sikh is also like Mastana, aap ji ne te kirpa kiti hai. And everybody was quiet in the room, so it's impossible not to hear. Pashaji was like, sunai nahi denda. And so, you know, he went there 3 times, and Pashaji did not listen even once. And then after my Mamaji is in hospital, stable and everything. My mom came back from Mandi. And then Pashaji gave a big bachan to my mom. So my mom, when my Mamaji is stable and everything, my mom came to thank Pashaji. And the first thing which Pashaji said to my mom, like I told you just now, that Pashaji would not listen to whatever praise he receives upon himself. That's humility. And the first words that Pashaji said to my mom was a section in Guru Granth Sahib, written by Guru Nanak Dev Ji. It says that Othai hath na apade, kuk na suniye pukar, Othai Satgur beli hove, kad lay anti war. Which means that, when no one's hand is there, nobody will ever hear anyone cry. The true Guru will be your best friend there. At the very last instant, he will save you. Such a big word to say to my mom, to tell my mom. And he told my mom that tenu pata hai main Hira Singh nu kitho leke aaya, which translates that, did you know from where did I brought your brother back? And you know that as long as you have faith, Pashaji will help all the time. If you